Hello students, in previous lecture of logic we studied concept of statement and operations on statements. We have seen that there are 5 types of operations: negation, conjunction, disjunction, implication and double implication, and this is a truth table which shows all possible combinations of truth values and their resultants. So let us start with some examples based on this concept, these different types of operations on statements. Here we are going to consider a classwork first, and suppose question 1 is assuming first part of the sentence as P and this second as Q, write the following statements in symbolic form. So the first bit is Prasad is intelligent or he is hardworking. We want to write it symbolically. So the solution is like this. Here the connective used is or, and we have two simple statements connected by or. Prasad is intelligent, this is one sentence, and he is hardworking, this is another sentence. So we will take P as statement Prasad is intelligent, Q as statement Prasad is hardworking. So symbolic form of this, that is P or Q, and therefore we will have this type of notation. We know that for disjunction, here this indicates a disjunction. So disjunction gives this type of symbol, and therefore it is clear that we have this type of symbolic form of logic. Similarly, consider the second example, and second example says Hari is intelligent but he is not hardworking. Again, while considering the solution, here the connective used is but. We have already seen that but is the substitute word for and therefore for this connective the two simple statements are P is Hari is intelligent, Q is Hari is hardworking. But here we will observe that not is coming, and therefore when not comes it is always considered to be negation, and therefore Hari is not hardworking, this part is represented by negation Q. Now if you considering the symbolic form, therefore it is clear that but is used in place of and, therefore it is conjunction, and for conjunction we know that the symbol like this. So therefore the symbolic form of this statement will be here P and negation Q. Next we have to consider it is not true that mathematics is interesting or difficult. While considering this type of sentence, we have to be careful. It is clear that the first part, that is, it is not true that this is used to consider negation of a statement, and the original statement is only mathematics is not interesting or difficult. So meanwhile, if you considering here mathematics is not interesting or difficult, so or is used as a connective. Mathematics is interesting, that is your statement P, but not is coming, and therefore for not we have to consider negation. Therefore the first part is written as negation P. Then the second part is mathematics is difficult, that is statement Q, mathematics is difficult, and therefore the symbolic form is P or negation Q, disjunction is there, and since it is not true, that is also at the beginning, one more not is there, and this knot gives you a negation, and therefore you have symbolic form negation of negation P or Q. Okay, you can consider. Now we are going to start the actual examples which are given in Maharashtra State Board textbook as exercise 1.1. The first question is, state which of the following are statements, justify your answer, and in case it is a statement, find or state its truth value. So total 15 questions are sub questions are given here under this. So let us see one by one their solutions. Now here it is clear that the first statement was 5 plus 4 is equal to 13. Now it is clear that 5 plus 4 is equal to 13. We know that it is not true, it is false. So the truth value is determinable and that is false, therefore it is a statement. Similarly, x minus 3 equal to 14. X minus 3 equal to 14, when we considering here, we will observe that the variable x is appearing and we don't know what is the value of x, and therefore it is clear that the truth value is not decidable and therefore it is not a statement. Next we have to consider a third question, and in a third question the statement is close the door. We know that it is an imperative sentence, and when we have an imperative sentence it is not a statement, so therefore the answer is not a statement. Next question is fourth question, that is 0 is a complex number. We know that 0 is always a complex number and therefore its truth value is t, and therefore the given sentence is a statement. Next we have to consider fifth example, and that fifth one consisting of please get me a breakfast. We know that it is again an order or a request, that is it is imperative sentence, therefore it is not a statement. Next one, that is question number 6. Congruent triangles are similar. We know the properties of congruent and similar triangles, and since it's a true statement, therefore it is a statement. Next question number 7, that is x square is equal to x. We know that it is not a statement because we can't decide what is the value of x square equal to x. It is true if x equal to 1, it is false if x equal to 2. It is clear that it is not possible to decide the fixed value for the statement, therefore it is open sentence, is not a statement. Next question, that is question number 8. It is a quadratic equation cannot have more than 2 roots. We know that every quadratic equation has only possibility of maximum 2 roots, and therefore this is true statement, and that's why it is a statement. Next, in the same question we have the next question, and that consisting of question number 9. Do you like mathematics? It is interrogative sentence, so therefore it is not a statement. Next, the question number is 10. The sun sets in the sun sets in west. We know that it is true, sun always sets in west, therefore it is a logical statement. Next, question number 11. The real numbers are whole numbers. We know that every real number is not a whole number, means the given statement is false, therefore as it has a fixed truth value, therefore it is a statement. Next question, question number 12. Can you speak in Marathi? This is interrogative sentence and therefore it is not a statement. Next question is, that is x square minus 6x minus 7 equal to 0 when x is equal to 7. Now if you substitute x equal to 7 in place of this, 7 square is 49, then minus 6 into 7, that is 42, and minus 7, 49 minus 49, that is equal to 0, So that indicates that this equation is satisfied for this x equal to 7. Therefore, it is true sentence. That's why it is a logical statement. Next question, that is question number 14. The sum of cube roots of unity is 0. We know that there are 3 cube roots of unity. The first cube root of unity is 1. The second cube root of unity is omega. The third cube root of unity is omega square. And we know that 1 plus omega square, that is always equal to 0. Hence, it is clear that the given statement is true statement, and therefore it's clear that is statement. Next, we have to consider last one. If it rains heavily, we can't decide the truth value of this. It rains heavily means what? Therefore, it's clear that it is not a statement. Next, we have to consider second question. Write the following compound statements symbolically. We have to just consider these are actually compound statements. Consider their simple statements, and we have to consider their symbolic form. So let us see one by one the answers. First question, Nagpur is in Maharashtra and Chennai is in Tamil Nadu. Now it is clear that we have to take P as Nagpur is in Maharashtra, Q as Chennai is in Tamil Nadu, and therefore its symbolic form is P and Q, because the word and is used as a connective. Similarly, in a second question, here we will observe that triangle is equilateral or isosceles. The connective used is or, and if you taking P as triangle is equilateral, Q as triangle is isosceles, therefore its symbolic form is P or Q. Next question, that is third one, the angle is right angle if and only if it is of measure 90 degree. We know that here the connective used is if and only if, and therefore if you taking P as a statement, the angle is right angle, Q as a statement, the angle is of measure 90, it is clear that if and only if is used, therefore this is your symbolic form of logic. Next question, the fourth question consisting of angle is neither acute nor obtuse. So you have to take P, angle is acute, Q, angle is obtuse. Remember that whenever you considering neither nor, it means not P and not Q, and therefore its symbolic form is negation P and negation Q. Next question, that is fifth question, if triangle ABC is right angled at B, then measure of remaining two angles A and C is equal to 90. So if then is used, and therefore you have to consider for if then implication is used. So P you have to take triangle is right angle at B, Q as measure of the other two angles summation is 90 degree. So its symbolic form is P implies Q. Then next question, you have to consider question number 6. Hima Das win gold medal if and only if she runs fast. Now you have to take P as Hima Das wins gold medal, Q as Hima Das runs fast. So the connective used is if and only if, therefore its symbolic form is represented here, that is P if and only if Q. Next, you have to consider the last sub question of this, that is x is not irrational number but square of an integer. So you have to take P as x is an irrational number and Q as x is a square of an integer. So symbolic form of this, as not is coming here, so negation P is there, and but is used here. We know that but is a substitute word for and, therefore this is your required symbolic form, negation P and Q. Next we have to consider another question, write the truth values of the following compound statements. All these are compound statements. 4 is odd or 1 is prime. These all are based on mathematical knowledge. So depending on the knowledge, you can check their truth values. First question, that is here 4 is an odd number. We know that this is one part, 1 is a prime number, this is another part, out of which 4 is odd number is false and 1 is prime number, that is also false. We know that prime number starts with 2. So therefore the symbolic form is P or Q, that is false or false, and false or false is always false. So that's why first sentence is false, first statement is false. Second statement, that is 64 is a perfect square, we know that that is true, and is used in between, and 46 is a prime number, we know that 46 is not a prime number, and therefore it is clear that the first statement P, that is 64 is a square, perfect square, that is true, and the second statement, that is 46 is a prime number, is false, and the symbolic form due to AND is P and Q, therefore it is true and false. True and false is always false, therefore the resultant statement is false. Next we have to consider third question. In this third question you have to consider 5 is prime number, that is true, 7 divides 94, that is false, and connective used is nothing but AND, therefore the symbolic form is P and Q, as first is true, that is used, second is false, that is used. So P, true and false is always false. This way you can consider symbolic form and their truth values. The next question is fourth one, that is it is not true that 5 minus 3i is a real number. So you have to take only one statement P, 5 minus 3i is a real number. So we know that 5 minus 3i is not a real number, it is complex number, so the given is false, and as it is not true that is used always for considering negation of a statement, so that's why the symbolic form is negation P. So negation of false, and negation of false is true, therefore given statement is true statement. The next question is fifth one, if 3 into 5 is equal to 8, then 3 plus 5 is equal to 15. 3 into 5 equal to 8, that is false, you know that 3 into 5 is 15. Similarly 3 plus 5 is equal to 15, that is wrong, because we know that 3 plus 5 is equal to 8. So both are false, and we know that its symbolic form is P implies Q, and therefore false implies false. We know that in a truth table, if first statement is true, then second statement is false. If this happens, then only the resultant is false. Okay, for all other combinations implication is always true, that's why this is true. Next, milk is white if and only if sky is blue. So milk is white, that is true, sky is blue, that is true, and symbolic form is if and only if is there. So therefore it is clear that this statement is if and only if, true if and only if is always true. Then next statement is 24 is composite number or 17 is a prime number. 24 is composite, we know that that is true. 17 is prime number, that is also true. So both the values are true, and or is there. So we have P or Q. So true or true is always. This way you can consider question 3. In question 4, we have to consider two statements P and Q as true and two statements R and S as false, and using these truth values you have to obtain truth values of some compound statements which are obtained by using all the connectives or, and, if then, if and only if, negation, etc. So see one by one their solutions. So question 4 is, if a statement PQ is true, if a statement RS they are false, then determine the truth value of the given. Now the first example is P or Q and R. So P is true, Q is true, R is false, that is given in the question. So true is as it is. First you have to solve the bracket. True and false is false. So you have true or this total gives false. So true or false is always true, and therefore given statements output is true. Similarly, you can consider the second one. Here P is true, Q is true, this is false, and this is false. S is also false. So according to that, the substitution is there. True implies true or false implies false. True implies true is true, false implies false is also true. So true or true and true or true is true. This is your resultant. Similarly, you can consider Q and R or negation P and S. So again, Q is true, R is false. Then here we have negation true and this S is false. So these values are used here: true, false, negation true and false. Negation true is false, so that's coming here, and true and false is always false. Therefore false or false and false, false and false is false. So this gives you false value, this false value as it is. False or false is equal to false, and hence the resultant statement is false. Here we have some more solutions. You can check this by yourself. Question number 4 has an answer true. Then question number 5 has an answer false. Question number 6 has an answer again false. And similarly, you can check here the remaining question number 7 as well as question number 8. So this was the question number 4, and at last we are going to consider question number 5, and that is write the negations of the statements. While writing the negations, we know that either we can use not at a proper place, or we can use some substitute words like it is false that, it is not true that, it is not the case that, or if the original problem contains the word not, just remove that, then also we getting the negation. So see how we getting the negations of this. Tirupati, this is your first example. Tirupati is in Andhra Pradesh, so its negation is obtained by using not. Tirupati is not in Andhra Pradesh. The second question, that is 3 is a not root of equation. Here not is already used. If you removing this not, you will get the negation. So that's why the negation 3 is root of the equation x square plus 3x minus 18 is equal to 0. Then third question, root 2 is rational number, so use not at the proper place. Root 2 is not a rational number. Next, polygon ABCDE is a pentagon, so just consider polygon ABCD is not a pentagon. Next, 7 plus 3 greater than 5, this one 7 plus 3 is greater than 5. We have already seen how to consider negations of mathematical relations. If greater than is there, you can write not greater than, or you can write less than or equal to. This way you can consider the solutions of exercise 1.1. After this, next we have to consider statement pattern, and with the statement patterns we are going to consider 3 important things. The first thing, that is logical equivalence. Second thing, that is we are going to consider the concept of tautology, contradiction and contingency, and third thing that we are going to consider, that is duality of a statement. So we are going to start with statement pattern means what. Here we have given that statement form from the simple statement with one or more logical connectives. This is an important. Any statement which contains one or more logical connectives like negation, conjunction, disjunction, conditional statement or biconditional statement, if and only if, then that is called as statement pattern. With the example we get it clear. If PQR are any 3 statements, then we can consider negation P implies Q if and only if P. This is statement pattern. Okay. Similarly, Q implies P and Here suppose we have or, Q implies P, or negation P if and only if Q. That is also a statement pattern. So statement pattern is nothing but combinations of statement, that is compound statement or combined statement. We have to consider the first thing, that is logical equivalence. Two statement patterns S1 and S2 are said to be logically equivalent if they have same truth values in their respective columns. Now what this means, we get it with the example. Suppose we considering negation in a bracket P and Q and negation P or negation Q. So here I considering statement P, here I considering statement Q, then here I considering statement negation P, then here I considering statement negation Q, and now we are going to consider some operations that are expected. Now it is known that while considering the truth values, we have to consider the values of P as true, true, false, false. Then here for values of Q, we have to consider true, false and true, false. Then negation P will be opposite to P, that is false. Then second value is also false, then true, and here true. Negation Q will be false, true, false, true. Suppose we want to check the equivalence for this first statement, then we will observe that first you have to consider P and Q. We know how P and Q works. It is known to us that P and Q is nothing but, here we have to consider both are true, therefore the resultant is true, and for all others the resultant is false. So remaining resultant is false everywhere. You have this type of values for P and Q. Similarly, we need negation of P and Q. So it's negation if you considering negation P and Q. That is negation of the statement which we have just considered. So for this P and Q, the negation means values opposite to this. So here we will get false, then here we will get true, here false changes to true, here also false changes to true, and at last we have to consider right hand side negation P or negation Q. So if you considering negation P or negation Q, then the values will be, this is your negation P, negation Q, negation false or false is always false, false or false is always false, then false or true is true, false or true or false is true, and true or true is always true. So you will observe that this column and this column gives you same truth values. So these two columns are identical, and therefore we will say that this statement is logically equivalent statement. Similarly, you can check for others. Actually, these first two are called as De Morgan's laws. They are just similar to the properties of sets. A intersection B complement is equal to complement of A union complement of B, or complement of A union B is equal to complement of A intersection complement of B. So they are actually just like set properties, that's why they called as again De Morgan's law. This third one is called as a conditional equivalence, and the last one is called as biconditional equivalence. We will see this in detail afterwards, and their proofs also we are going to check because they are coming in exercise also. The next concept is tautology. Now here we observing this table. You have statement P and this is negation of statement P. So actually this is P and this is negation P, and if P is true false, then we know that negation P is false. Here it should be true. Now we will observe that P or negation P, if you are considering, then it is clear that true or false, it is true, false or true, it is true. So the resultant contains all truth values true only. That is why such a statement which contains all truth values T only. So a statement pattern which always takes the truth value true only, that is T only, whatever may be the assignment of the truth values of its component statements, then that is called as tautology. So P or negation P is the tautology. Next concept is concept of contradiction. Here it is exactly opposite. If the final values are all false, whatever may be the other combinations, then such a statement pattern is called as contradiction. So P and negation P is always a contradiction. You have this type of value. This is P, this is negation P. So you have this type of table of values. Here true false. If P is true, then negation P is false, and true and false is false. Similarly, next values are false, P is false, then negation P is true, again true and false, false. So therefore it is contradiction. And the next concept is contingency, a statement pattern which is neither tautology nor a contradiction, that is mixed types of values are there. In tautology all T's, in contradiction all F's, but if mixed types of values are there, for example P or Q, we know that this is your table. True true gives true, true false gives true, false true gives true, and false false gives false. So you will observe that all the values are neither true, all the values are neither false. Therefore it is clear that this is containing mixed types of values. Such a statement is called as contingency. This way you can consider resultant. Next concept is quantifiers and quantified statements. For understanding this concept, you have to consider for every, that is for all x belongs to R, x square is non-negative. We know that this statement is a valid statement. For every or for all x belongs to R, x square is non-negative. According to that, we can write this in a symbolic form in this way. As a set, you can write this as for all x belongs to R, x square is greater than or equal to 0. Similarly, for all values, if taken into consideration from the set, then that is called as, actually these words for all, for every, they are used to denote quantities, that is why they are called as quantifiers. And since we are taking all values from the set, for example here all real numbers are taken into consideration, therefore it is called as universal quantifier. Next concept is existential quantifier, and that is there exists x belongs to n such that x plus 5 is equal to 9. We know that here at least one value is there, 4, for which 4 plus 5 equal to 9. So at least one value is there. So there exist limited values in the set, that's why it is called as existential quantifier, limited values. It is denoted by there exist. Similarly, you can consider there exist, that is existential quantifier. So there are two types of quantifiers. Whenever you have any statement of this type, x plus 3 is equal to 5, and if you checking its truth value, we know that x plus 3 equal to 5, it is we can't say whether it is true or whether it is false. But if you taking, suppose for all x belongs to n. Then we know that now this becomes false statements. For every natural number, x plus 3 is not equal to 5. For 2 only it is true, but for every natural number it is not true, and therefore it is a false statement. So it is clear that initially x plus 3 equal to 5 was open sentence, and when we attaching some quantifier to it, it becomes a statement, that is, it gives us fixed truth value. Therefore an open statement with a quantifier becomes a statement, and that is called as quantified statement. Now with the example we get it more clear. Convert the open sentence to a quantified statement. For example, x plus 5 is equal to 7. So we can convert that in this way. There exists x belongs to n such that x plus 5 is equal to 7. Here it is true statement because there exists 2, x equal to 2, and that satisfies x plus 5 equal to 7. Next one is x square is greater than 0. We know that x square is greater than 0 for all x in natural numbers, and therefore it is a true statement. There exists x belongs to n. The third question is x plus 3 is less than 7. So there exists x belongs to n such that x plus 3 is less than 7. It is true statement for x equal to 1, 2, 3. Correct? And therefore there exists is used, so limited values are allowed, 1, 2 or 3, and therefore it is becoming true statement. In this way you can convert any open sentence into quantified statement by using different type of quantifier. Here we have used there exist, here we have used for all, here we have used again there exist. In this way you can use different types of quantifiers to convert open sentence into quantified statements. Next example clears idea about quantifiers briefly. Here we will observe that A is a set given 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and we want to determine the values of the statements. Here first statement is x belongs to A such that x plus 3 is equal to 10. Now the given statement is false if truth value is false, since x equal to 7 is not an element of A. But what are the solutions of x plus 3 equal to 10? For x plus 3 equal to 10, if you taking x equal to 7, and here x belongs to A is there, and x equal to 7 is not in the set, that is why this statement is false statement. The second statement, for all x belongs to A, x plus 2 is less than 7. Again this is false statement because we know that for every x, x plus 2 is not less than 7. For example, if you considering 6 plus 2, it is 8. 8 is not less than 7, therefore it is false. Next question, there exists x such that x plus 2 is less than or equal to 5. So it is true statement because at least some values are there. For example, x equal to 2, if you taking 2 plus 2, it is 4, 4 is less than 5. So at least one value is there, and as the quantifier used is there exist for the limited values, it has to satisfy the condition. And the last example, that is for all x belongs to A, x plus 6 is greater than or equal to 9. So for x equal to 2, what happens? 2 plus 6, 8, 8 greater than 9, the condition is not satisfied, therefore it is not true statement, it is false statement. So this way, by considering three important things, we can check the truth value of quantified statement. The first thing that we have to take into consideration, that is the set on which the statement is done. Second thing, that is quantifier used, and third thing, what is the actual sentence or what is the actual statement. So you have learned today how to use different types of operations, how to find symbolic forms of different types of statements, how to find truth values of compound statements, and at last we have seen three important things. First one is logical equivalence of statement, second one is tautology, contradiction and contingency, and third thing we have seen quantified statements and quantifiers. Next concept is duality. Two compound statements S1 and S2 are said to be duals of each other if one can be obtained from the other by replacing and is replaced by or and or is replaced by and. Tautology is replaced by contradiction and contradiction is replaced by tautology, where T stands for tautology, C stands for contradiction. And if negation sign is there or negation statement is there, that is always maintained as it is in a statement while considering duality. Now, never changes while considering dual. Dual of the dual is always the original statement, the connective and or special statements T, C are duals of each other. Means and has a dual or has a dual and, tautology has a dual contradiction and contradiction has a dual tautology. They are duals of each other. So we will see another concepts, that is different types of statement patterns, their truth tables and their logical equivalence. That is, we are going to consider some permanent or always equivalent statements. They are called as rules or laws of logic. Here we are stopping. Next time we will continue. Thank you.